I'm calm, got the devil in my palm. Hello. Hello, welcome back to Rough as Rat. Sometimes I forget this is like formally a podcast and we're not just like we are just catching up. We're just having a laugh and a giggle. And you know what's so funny, right? This week I was like, nah, I'm not going to post a podcast because I didn't have that much to say, which is crazy for me because I've always got something to say. I'm always jabbering on about something. And then I started writing things down that I wanted to talk about, and turns out, surprise, surprise, kale surprise, how does that saying go? Kale surprise, K surprise, something. I don't know. Anyway, the point is, I did have a lot to say, and wait, there was somewhere else I was going with this. Oh no, not with it really, but. Basically, I was just gonna say that I was like, I don't know if I can film a podcast this week. Like, don't know if I have much to say. And then I thought, who are you doing this for? Let's remember who this is for, and who is the biggest fan of this show, of this podcast, of this whatever you want to call this. Me. I am this podcast's biggest fan. Is my door moving? Or am I actually about to pass out? That's scary. Okay, I don't know. But basically, I am my own biggest fan. I listen to this podcast very often when I'm doing anything, really. Mundane tasks, non-mundane tasks. I'm listening to my own voice. I'm listening to myself, and every single time I listen to my podcast, I genuinely think to myself, wow, she gets it. And I'm talking about myself. I'll laugh out loud at things I say. I'm not joking. That's what's scary, is I'm not joking. I'll have a lull, I'll have a laugh, I'll have a ruffle, you know. Lamau, even. I'll have a lamau at my own jokes. But they always say you should be your biggest fan, don't they? I don't know, do they say that? When they say things like this, they always say, who is they? Is that a group of people, or is it just one person that hasn't, decided on a she, her pronoun, and they're in the they zone? Imagine boy zone now. They'd be called they zone. That's so nice. Anyway, hi, how are you all? I am hot. I am hot to trot. I am so warm. I was just getting ready to film this, and then I was like, wow, I am so unpleasantly warm right now. I'm just... Oh, and I think I'm about to period myself as well. Is that period blood? Or is that just a sort of like breath, a pulsation from my box? I don't know, I can't tell. Guess we'll find out when I sit down on the toilet. I've already bled through my pants today, if you were wondering, because I'm on like day 4 of my period. Maybe day 5. I can't even remember when this fucker started, but I thought today, I was like, nah, definitely gonna be the end of things. No. I was working with my dad, and then I thought that felt like a gush for those oh my gosh moments, and then a Tampax did in fact save my vibe. I think those might be 2 separate ads, so I feel like one of them might be for always, the pads. But I don't fuck with pads. I've said this before. The only time I wear a pad is when I'm sleeping, because you do not want to sleep with a tampon in. That is literally a recipe for toxic shock syndrome and all the rest. So I sleep with a pad on, but it does just feel like I'm wearing a nappy. Like, when you see a baby wearing an outfit and their bottom half literally looks like it's just expanded like a sponge. I don't know if you've ever noticed that about a baby. I have personally, and not in a weird way, because hello, why would it be in a weird way? I'm not a nonce. But you think, oh my god, it's because of that fat ass nappy you got on. That's how I feel, walking around with my ass expanded like crazy, and not even in a good way, just in a way where it makes it look like I've soiled myself and I have an extra heavy load that I'm carrying around. That's how it feels to me to wear a pad. I hate wearing pads, and I never used to wear pads when I first got my period, because I never used to wear tampons when I first got my period, because my mum was like, oh, tampons, no, don't get on with them. And so I was too scared to wear them until I went to Reading Festival one year. The first year I went to Reading Festival, which was in 2019. Yeah, 2019. And I was too scared to wear a pad, because I was like, oh, it's just going to be so uncomfortable. And so I started wearing tampons that year, and I didn't even get my period at Reading, but it was really a sort of smooth transition from pad to tampon. But yeah, I did have an oh my gosh moment today. Not my proudest of moments, especially having to put a tampon in a Portaloo, which stank and was dark. So there wasn't really much I could do. But anyway, where was I going with that? Oh my gosh moment. Oh, I was just gushing. Me when I gush, literally, that is how it feels. It feels like there's something coming out of me. I've written down things that I want to talk about. Can you see this? If you're watching this, if you're listening to this, below to both. But if you're watching this, you might be able to see that I have a brand new phone in my hand. Brand new mobile device. Thank you, me, for getting myself this. Yes, the rumours are true. I upgraded my phone. I now have the brand new iPhone instead of an iPhone 13 because I didn't believe the iPhone 13, what was it called? The curse was real until it became very real. It got very real and it got very scary very, very quickly for me because my phone just stopped working. It just started overheating all the time, which didn't help because of the weather, which is so funny. I was watching a video back of mine today. Of course, I am my biggest fan. And in the video, I'm like, oh, ready to film even though it's 27 degrees outside. Girl, just wait until this summer. You were going to wish it was 27 degrees. Not right now. It's actually been quite cool the past couple of days. Thank fuck. But when it was like 35 degrees and someone said to me, do you enjoy the heat? I said, that's a good question. I guess we're just asking silly ones. I said, no, the fuck I don't. Every single time someone says it to me, I go, look at the colour of me. And they always laugh. And I think, oh yeah, like, let's have a laugh. Let's have a kiki. I'm not joking. I'm very warm and I don't like it. I do not like it. Anyway, what was I saying? This is my other problem. Oh, got a new phone, right? Thought I'd treat myself to a brand new iPhone. Thank you, me, like I said. Because of my old phone getting the iPhone 13 curse, I was going to wait until my birthday. I was like, oh, okay, I'm yawning. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm yawning. I just hate when that happens. But I was like, okay, I'll wait till my birthday because, like, this little gluttonous pig, you don't need a phone now. And then it was my ex-boyfriend's birthday and I was like, oh my God, let me do something for me. And so I bought myself a new phone. And can I just say one thing? I'm happy I did. But I didn't even buy it. I had to pay off like £1 up front and then I just have to then pay it like monthly like my old phone. And this phone is going to be, I don't even think it's going to be considerably more because I was paying an arm and a leg for my old phone. And why was I paying an arm and a leg? Because last time when I got a new phone, which was the time I got my iPhone 13, I got tricked, sort of like an MLM scheme, which what does that stand for in terms of that? Like, I know it's men loving men. I wish I got tricked into one of them schemes, but I don't think that's what it stands for when it comes to like pyramid schemes. Anyway, I got tricked. I don't know why I'm yawning. The way I haven't yawned this entire time while I'm getting ready, while I'm setting up, the minute I sit down and put a microphone to my mouth, oh my God, it's yawn sheller. Anyway, last time I went, it was after my phone got stolen. And so I was setting up a new contract and they were like, okay, if you want, we can do you a cheaper deal if you get an Apple Watch with it. And I was like, yes. Like, apparently it was Apple Watch Chella. I said, yeah, I'll get an Apple Watch. Let me tell you one thing. I hate Apple Watches with a burning passion. And I'm not saying there is a direct correlation between owning an Apple Watch and being a bad person, but I'm not also denying that many of my ops out there roaming the streets freely, which is terrifying enough, they're wearing Apple Watches. And they're the kind of freaks that won't take an Apple Watch off even at a wedding where an Apple Watch doesn't belong. There are no need to get all of your rings on the day of someone's wedding. That's just nasty and that's selfish and that's just, oh my God, grow up. Okay? So last time I went to get my phone upgraded, well, I had to get a new phone because my old phone got fucking stolen in Kiko, Covent Garden, which I've never been back to Covent Garden since. I'm scared of Covent Garden. I don't like Covent Garden, especially not the Kiko there. And let me just also go on record and say, fuck the security guards at that Covent Garden. They were doing niche, stood there like a bit of furniture. And then when I said my phone's been stolen, they were like, okay. They basically could have said clap if you care and that would have shown more remorse than what they actually did. They just did fuck all. They were like, nah, we don't have cameras. I was like, so you don't have cameras but you have a security guard that does fuck all. Yeah, that makes sense, to be fair. To be fair though, is he Leng? My son, who's deaf and blind, is he Leng? Is he Leng? No. Anyway, just it pissed me off. So I got an Apple Watch. Maybe I wore it for a month, and then I thought, wait, I'm not an utter prick. Let me take it off. Stopped wearing the Apple Watch. Literally haven't worn it since. And the other day I'm upgrading my phone. I'm talking to the woman. She's so lovely. She's complimenting my tattoos. I complimented her nails. Like, we were, yeah, to be fair, we were yawning. No, we weren't. So I don't know why I am. Stupid bitch. Anyway, we were having a laugh. We were having a kiki. She said to me, let me see what deals I can do for you. I said, okay, I'll take a deal. Like, I'll take a deal any day. And she went, if you get an Apple Watch or a tablet. And I thought, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. No. I said, I am very sorry, but I have been a victim of this before. And it's not happening again. I said, and also the most embarrassing part of this is I said, I've got an iPad at home. Okay. And the moment I said it, I was like, iPad. I don't know why we call it iPad. I think it's because of Tilly. I don't think she could pronounce iPad when she was little. So I think she used to call it an iPad, and it just stuck. And now we all call it iPad, right? But imagine doing that to someone that isn't part of your family law. And I thought, God bless you, because thank God you're not. Because I wouldn't wish that upon anyone. And you just say iPad out loud. Imagine doing that. Imagine being me in that scenario. Like 9 a.m. on a Saturday morning, being like, yes, let me get a new phone, iPad. I said, I'm sorry. I've been a victim to the Apple Watch. I've been a victim to the, let's just whack on a Samsung Galaxy tablet. I don't need it, okay? I don't need it. I've got my iPad at home. I've got my Apple Watch facing shame in the back of one of my drawers. I said, thank you, but no thank you. She took it graciously. I understand what she was doing, upselling, get me a deal. Like, I appreciate it. I wholeheartedly do. But it's not happening. There are no way you're getting tickets to that concert, so just settle down. Like, it wasn't going to happen. It was not going to happen. But yeah, at least I've got my new phone. And let me say one thing. It is great. I do like this phone a lot. I have the white/silver one, which I really appreciate because I had the blue iPhone 13 Pro Max and I hated it with a burning passion. I had the white iPhone 13 Pro Max and that's the one that got stolen. Bastards. And then I got the blue one because I didn't have the white one in stock and I was like, I need a freaking hone. I need a hone. And so I had this blue iPhone 13 Pro Max for yonks. And I always used to buy cases that just completely covered it because I was so embarrassed and ashamed to have such a bummer. It wasn't even a pretty blue colour. It was grimmo. It was so grim. And all I wanted, I yearned for a white phone. And here it is in my paws. And you best believe I was not getting that bum-ass orange colour. I'm sorry. That colour is nasty. If you've got that phone, fair play, good on you, because you obviously like the colour orange. I don't. So that's just the only difference. But it's not even, again, not a pretty shade of orange. It feels like a peach maybe. And I was also like, oh, I would love if they had this phone in like a light pink. But I feel like white, it just stays. It's the same as like having a black phone. Black or white just stays classic, stays classy, stays neutral the entire time. Other colours, uncharted territory, you know what I mean? I actually did just buy a new case for it. I bought this case from Vinted. It was it was £1. It says Apple World on it. Cocomelon. But I bought this before I'd even got the phone because I was like, oh, I'm just going to buy a case when I upgrade it around my birthday, because my birthday present to myself was going to be a new phone. And then I was like, wait, no, I want a tattoo. Wait. And then I was like, wait, I'm going to spend loads of money in Norway. Wait, I'm thinking of booking a trip to Paris with my mum. Like, there's so many other things that I'm going to be doing around my birthday. So then chucking that on top, being like, yeah, happy birthday to me. Like, let's not be a gluttonous bitch. You know what I mean? So I was just like, wait, let me just upgrade it now. Plus, also, I think I needed the distraction. Because I wasn't even sad on my ex-boyfriend's birthday. I felt like pretty fine. And I did not have any inclination to reach out and message him. But I was also like, wait, let me do something for myself, because one thing about me, I put so much effort into people's birthdays, friends, family, others. That's I feel like the only groups of people I can talk about in this setting, but like in this scenario. But I'm like, I always put so much effort in, so I put a load of effort into my brother's birthday instead, because my brother and my ex-boyfriend's birthday is the same day, different years, but whatever, same like date. And I was like, let me put effort into him. And then I was like, wait, let me do something for my selfie. So I went out and I got this phone, and then I also bought a book, and then I also spent a load of money on boots. Don't want to talk about it. Don't know what came over me, but felt freaking great. Had such a good day that day. And then I set up this new phone, and I was like, literally nothing can stop me now. I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. That is me with this phone, and the camera settings. So much fun. But I'll tell you something that wasn't fun today. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's I'm laughing, but it's not funny. I was at work with my dad, and we were in this place where there was no signal. None. It was so bad. And like every so often a notification would come through, and this was actually where I free bled, you know. You guys are out doing stuff, I'm free bleeding. Like, we are not the same. Okay, this is where I free bled, and I was there, and I was eating a mint club, and then my dad was like, hurry up, and I was like, I need to put tampon in. Anyway, I'm there. I get a load of notifications because I'm so popular and loved and well received by everyone I meet, apart from all the people that hate me, which is a lot of people. Anyway, my mum just said and big-headed, which she's not wrong in the sense that, like, in terms of the shape of my head, I do have a large head. God, they say it's all about self-love. You show a bit of self-love. Oh, then it's game over. Chella. Anyway, I'm at work with my dad, and I get loads of notifications come through, and I think, oh, let me reply. One of the notifications, okay, I actually, now knowing that she can hear me, I don't even want to say it out loud. One of the notifications was someone that I used to speak to from Hinge, and he just put oi, and so I was literally like, what? And he put, still kind of want to rail you. And I literally was like, this is the guy that unfollowed me because he said my stories were annoying. Because he messaged me after he unfollowed me, and I was like, you've unfollowed me? And he was like, yeah, your stories were getting annoying. And I was like, yeah, sure, like, you're not wrong. Because I'm not for everyone. I'm not for everyone, and I'm not trying to be. I'm like Marmite in that sense. Or Mighty, if you go the Audi alternative, which, may I say, might be nicer than Marmite. It's a lot less, I don't even know the words to describe it. But I wouldn't say no to Marmite, and I wouldn't say no to Mighty. I don't really have any preference there. Very much like in the middle. I'm like Switzerland in that sense. Of like that scenario. Not in general. I'm not Switzerland. I'm never, ever, ever keeping the peace. I'm like, well, I don't want to think about what country I'd be, but I'm just not. I'm an angry country that will fight back, but I'm not like a war criminal. Like I'm woke in that sense. Anyway, so I go on Instagram, I'm trying to reply, then Alan sends me some bullshit about off campus. One thing about him at the moment, he is getting on my last nerve because he's just constantly talking about off campus, which I don't even know if he's watched it or if it's just his girlfriend that's watched it, but he will not stop talking about off campus. He brings it up in most situations, most scenarios, most conversations, and it's getting on my last nerve, right? So he messaged me about off campus. So I replied, go away, right? I go off of the DM, and then it says off campus again. It says the original message he's already sent and I've already read. So I was thinking, what the hell? This keeps happening, and every single time I close the app, it just keeps happening. So I was like, okay, I'll wait till I have better service. Went to somewhere with better service, it kept happening. So I uninstalled the app and reinstalled it. All of my DMs gone. Not even one DM there. I turned my phone off and on again. I logged in and logged out. Everything. All of my DMs gone. Couldn't see them. If people had messaged me, I couldn't see that. I couldn't like go on someone's profile, click like message, and then what's the word I'm looking for here? Like I couldn't message them and then see the message I just sent. Nothing. And then I couldn't unsend messages, and like I couldn't do anything. And I was bereft in this time. Oh, my dad's just texted me. Shush. Cool, Shella. I just didn't know what to do. I was like, oh my gosh, what do I do in this scenario? I'm sat waiting for it to start working. I've reported it to Instagram. I'm on Twitter. Other people are then saying, oh, mine's not working either. Instagram's down. I'm messaging people around me. Is your Instagram working? Are your DMs working? They're saying, yeah, mine are working fine. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So this is a personal attack. from Meta onto me because they know that I'm speaking out against the system. Don't care. Don't care, Mark Zuckerberg. You will not silence me. Keep smoking their meats, but you will not silence me. Okay? I'm on TikTok. People are commenting on my video because I made a video about it, obviously, because I needed information from the masses. People are saying, this has happened to me. This has happened to me. I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'm not the only one. Then my DMs come back, so I can now see like my history of DMs. I can't message people though. They're still not working. After about a few hours, it finally started working again. And I thought to myself, I manifested this because I was stood in the kitchen. I thought, please, can my DMs come back to me? There are so many people that I want to speak to. God forbid. And my DMs aren't going to work. Don't piss me off. Anyway, so that happened today, which was just awful. Wait, why did I write pop? I wrote pop. What does pop mean? I don't know. Okay. That's weird. What do you mean pop? I'm baffled. What does that mean, pop? Okay, anyway. Oh my gosh, I have a bit of a headache, right? I know I said I'm really warm under these lights. I have a bit of a headache. Yesterday, it was migraine chella. Woke up, actually no. Let's get to the beginning of this story first. On Monday, when did I start my period? Wait, let me see. I started my period. Oh my God, it's 20 fucking 5 degrees outside. That's disgusting, man. Okay, I started my period on Saturday. Okay? So Monday was the 3rd day of my period, right? I'm thinking, okay, whatever. I have a headache at work. I have a headache and I need to edit my vlogs. So I do a bit of work and then my dad drops me home. I also have a migraine because I slept really badly the night before because on Sunday it was the World Cup final and obviously Spain won, which is fantastic for me because I have always identified as a Spanish person. The man that scored the only goal that won Spain the World Cup, what's his name? I wrote it down. Ferran Torres. Oh my fucking God. Thank God he won because now I've got all these edits of him. He is a Lenger. He would win the Leng convention. He would win the Leng World Cup. Like if there was a Lengers World Cup, I would be put forward for England and I would probably win, or I would get to the finals at least. But then if it was me against him, I don't know what would happen. A baby would be made. He is so sexy. My God. Sorry, this leg. He is so sexy. Oh my gosh. And you know what? Thank God they won because I have been very invested in the World Cup this time round. I don't know why. I think it's because it brings people together and I love something like that. But this time round, the World Cup, oh my gosh, I've been so invested. And I remember watching the match when England lost. Oh my God, I felt bereft for maybe like 2 seconds. And then I saw the BBC released an article about how to like get over England losing in the World Cup. And I thought, oh my God, what you could do. Like this doesn't need to be an article. This could just be one sentence and it could be get a grip. Because what the fuck are you talking about? Here's an article on how to help you get over England's loss at the World Cup. People are dying. Like, what are you talking about? Anyway. So I've been very invested in the World Cup this year and I was very invested in Dan Burn because he's so large, like in terms of height. He's like a bit of a Gary Barlow's son, sort of like hybrid. And then John Stone, or Stones, whatever his name was, he was a laugh, wasn't he? Saka, gotta love Saka. Harry Kane, fuck that guy, hate Harry Kane. Why are you playing golf with Trump? If England won, what were you going to do? Were you going to dap Trump up when he gave you that medal? Were you going to kiss him on the lips? What were you going to do, Harry Kane? Like, don't piss me off. Anyway. And then, Jed Spence. Woof. Woof. Declan Rice, really like him. I've got some great edits of him saved on my TikTok. And then obviously everyone's favourite, like I know, Anthony Gordon, the little one that looks like Princess Diana when he scored that goal. Oh, I know, he was so happy. But then that picture of him sat in the middle of the pitch after they lost, so sad. And someone said it was like that picture of Diana on that board out at sea. And I thought, life imitates art. It truly does. Sorry, can you see my belly? That's because I've just eaten a whole plate of gnocchi and also I just have a stomach. God forbid. Anyway, but before the World Cup started, everyone and their mum thirsting over Jude Bellingham, and I was like, I'm not going to conform to this. I'm not going to look away when he takes off his shirt, but I'm also not going to conform to this whole like Jude Bellingham, Langer. The more I watched it, yeah. And then I put on my story, on my Instagram story, I said, I would not say no if Jude Bellingham asked me out. Guess who liked that story? Not Jude Bellingham. Better, my nana. She said, wait, real recognises real. I thought, yeah, she's crushing on this 23-year-old man as well. Aren't we all? And when the crowd would sing Hey Jude to him, I'd catch a tear in my eye. I'd literally be like this. Because it's just so emotional. I just think your mum must be so proud of you. But do not let us just get distracted. Hello, let's not get distracted from the real star of the show. Can't remember his name now. Is it Yamal, the guy that played for Spain, his little brother? Kenya? Keen? I can't even remember how you say it. And everyone says he looks like a little baby Shaun the Sheep. He is the cutest motherfucker I've ever seen. Maybe he's the reason that I got obsessed with the World Cup, because he was Spain's good luck charm, and the videos of them on the pitch after, like, he loves his brother, and he was so sad when it looked like his brother got hurt, and I was just like, I love this little boy. And that football player hung the Palestinian flag out when they were going through on their like victory bus through the streets, and I was thinking, yes, 19 years old, your morals are in check, you seem like a great big brother, you have spoken out about how, like, someone was like, what did they say to him? They said something about like, is there a lot of pressure on you with the World Cup? And he was like, my mum had me at 17 and my dad used to have to go out begging on the streets for food. Like, I don't think I will ever really know what pressure is. And I was like, wow, you are so emotionally developed for a 19-year-old. Let's knock some sense into some other men, shall we? Some other men. Shall we do that? Anyway, where was I going with this? Okay, didn't sleep very... All right, I'm actually with you now. Let me just tick off what I've said. Otherwise, I'm going to start saying the same thing over again. England losing, my new love for Jude Bellingham. That sounds like a book. Okay, right. On Sunday, I'm not able to sleep because I need to make sure that Argentina haven't won. And then Mbappe won the Golden Boot. Nothing for you, Messi. Nothing for you. Thank God. And that fucking team just walking around like strangling people because they lost the World Cup. Like, I take my Monopoly losses more graceful than you do. And I've been known to flip the board. When someone else buys Pall Mall, that, one thing about me, that is my card in Monopoly. Pall Mall, that's mine. The bright pink properties, they're mine. They're mine. They're mine. Mine. When I play Monopoly, I am the top hat. Okay, because I've got class, I've got elegance, I've got grace. My brother was always the dog. My other brother was always the car. Me, I am the top hat. That is who I align myself with as a Monopoly. What are they called? Like, what are they? I don't even know. If you align yourself with the ship, oh, you're overcompensating. No, I'm joking. I don't know. What is the ship giving? Overcompensating? I don't know. The dog gives very much like, oh my God, like it's me. And the car, oh, you think you're so cool and so fast, but me, I'm the top hat. You don't even know it, but I'm in the back of your mind, because what is the Monopoly man wearing? He's wearing the top hat. But I just, like, being sent to jail in that game, oh my God, it's like rage. I think I'm more angry being sent to jail in that game than if I would be being sent to jail in real life. Because I said to someone the other day, I said, if I killed someone and I got in trouble for it, which I probably would, because, like, I would not be able to keep my mouth shut. But, like, oh my God, let me just have a break. All that time on my phone? No, with no phone. You don't get a phone in jail, right? Surely not. You all get 1 hour TikTok time a day. I'd literally be like, no, you don't understand. I need more. I wouldn't even want it for TikTok. I need to be able to log my films and my books. Give me Goodreads, give me Letterboxd. You can just put me on a bum ass like iPhone 4. As long as it can handle those two apps, we're laughing. Anyway, but yeah, I take my loss in Monopoly better than Argentina took their loss in the World Cup. And I would say there's more at stake for me, because when you lose Monopoly, you do just get this massive loser gimp energy around you and associated with you, especially because it's such a long game. Like, I would argue that a good game of Monopoly takes longer than the World Cup does, especially in terms of your energy and what you're putting out. Are you putting out what I'm putting down? No, are you picking up what I'm Hello? Anyway, so I'm watching the game on my phone, And the minute that Spain win, I'm like, yes, the world has been put to right. You've saved football, yada, yada, yada. Let me go to sleep. I wake up the next day, headache, period. Go to work, come home, edit my vlog, put my vlog out, go to bed, have a little nap, wake up, have a shower, running late, naturally. Go to Nando's with Lara and her dad, David. Literally, j'adore. And we're like, yeah, let's have a catch up, let's have a kiki, let's have a Nando's. We're talking about the World Cup. Lara's dad is like, I literally cannot believe that you two are sat here talking about the World Cup. I said, David, stranger things have happened. But I said, you know what? There is a first time for everything, and it's hard not to be involved. It's hard not to be involved when it is very personal to me and my boys. My boys, apart from Harry Kane, that's not my boy. That's my fucking arch enemy. Anyway, so we're going to the cinema. What are we watching? Guess what we're watching? We're watching The Odyssey, obviously. And what's odd is the fact that that film was nearly 3 hours long, okay? Did it need to be 3 hours long? Did it fuck? No, it didn't. But you know what? Whatever. Like, I didn't watch it in IMAX, so, you know, poor people have no rights in Christopher Nolan's point. Broke people should never laugh! And I saw someone watching in IMAX in 4D, and they were literally getting, like, rained on, and someone commented, did Christopher Nolan come out and spit at you in that scene? And I thought, probably. And I also thought, like, if I speak during this film, like, I was thinking, should I yell chicken jockey halfway through The Odyssey? But then I thought Christopher Nolan would come out and shoot me, and I don't want that. Actually, no, I don't want that. Who would I let do that? Probably no one, actually. Let's, like, be logical about this. Anyway, went to The Odyssey. So long and so loud, okay? Two things that would not in other scenarios, yeah, I'll take it. In this scenario, I'm tired and I've got a headache, and it was so loud. It was good. Do not get me wrong. Matt Damon's performance, incredible. Tom Holland, like, yeah, whatever. JJ's husband from Criminal Minds, Will Lamont Longtime Jr., he was in it. Hello, Josh Stewart. Who else was in it that was really good? I can't remember. The guy that plays the blind guy, he was really good. The guy on the ship that was, like, always being like, Matt Damon, stop this. And he was like, what? I'm walking here. Like, being from Boston and playing someone from ancient Greece. Okay. Anyway, and people are like, why is there an Indian actor in it? That's not very Greek. And I'm like, and Matt Damon from Boston or wherever the fuck he's from is? Okay. Anne Hathaway was good, but it's a bit of a shame that she can't really move her forehead because she's obviously had some form of work done, which is like, I'm never going to bash someone for having work done. Obviously, I'm very anti-plastic surgery just because I just think it's like an epidemic of its own. But it is a shame when actresses get it done because it's like, I would like to see you emote because that's kind of like your whole thing. Like, that's kind of like the whole point of your job. Is it not? But whatever. Mia Goth, take it or leave it. Robert Pattinson was good. He's really good at playing a pathetic man. Zendaya, she was in it for like 5 minutes. She was fine, I guess. Like, no real impact for me. But Matt Damon was incredible. And I do have a bit of a soft spot for Matt Damon. I think he's a very talented actor. I think he's very gay. All the things being like, he would have found the straight way home if it was Ben Affleck he was coming home to. And that's the truth. Who else was in it? That guy, John Beth, I can't even say his name. Like, again, take it or leave it. Benny Safdie was in there for maybe like 2 minutes. And everyone was like, you did a great performance. And I was like, hello? What performance? You were in it for 2 minutes. Like, it was fun. Okay, it was fine, basically. Like, it was a good enough film. I think a lot of people are glazing it. And I do think you have to have a penis to do that. Like, I think you have to be white, straight, and have a dick between your legs to really understand that film. Or claim that you understand that film. Because those are the people that glaze Christopher Nolan. Like, you say one bad thing about one of his films, they're like, you don't get it, you wouldn't get it. And it's like, well, no, it's not about getting it, it's about having your own opinion and liking it or not. Like, don't get me wrong, I really liked Interstellar. Didn't understand Inception at all, but still liked it because have you seen Cillian Murphy in that film? Woof, let me on that, on it, in it, any way around it. Fuck me, he looks so good in that film. Oppenheimer I enjoyed, actually. Benny Safdie was in that as well. He likes a bit of Benny Safdie, doesn't he? But I've actually been thinking about rewatching Oppenheimer, but it's like, when do I just have 3 hours that I want to just spare? But I remember when I saw Oppenheimer for the first time, I was front row at Oppenheimer. I was there. I was in the restaurant. And when the bomb went off, spoiler alert, yeah, spoiler alert, I literally felt like it went off like in my like stomach. It was so loud and it caused such impact. And I watched Barbie first instead of doing it the other way around. And I was like, what the fuck have I done? What the fuck? Anyway, that was when I was still trying to get with my ex-boyfriend. I was like trying to get back with him, and it worked until it didn't, because hello, Coca-Cola, hello, I'm single now. Anyway, so I had a headache after that. Came home, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go straight to bed. Went straight to bed, woke up Tuesday morning. Before I'd even opened my eyes, and this is how you know it's bad, before I'd even opened my eyes, I knew I had a headache, and I was like, this isn't good. And something that's like a side effect of my migraines is vomiting, but the other one, which doesn't get spoken about as much, just shitting non-fucking stop. Just shit. It's literally shit city. And it was awful. I had such an upset stomach, and I was like, Dad, I can't come to work. He was like, it's okay. I go and have a bath. I fall asleep in the bath. Naturally, I woke up and I was like, am I back in the womb? Oh, you know, Willem Dafoe with that like water around him, and he's like, that was me in the bath. I was like, hello. Woke up, I was like, nah, I need to go to bed. Back to bed, couldn't eat anything because I just kept shitting myself and I couldn't stomach anything. So I was raw dogging this migraine at this point. I sleep basically, and what pissed me off as well, the day before, so the Monday when I went to do the Odyssey, I washed my hair in the shower to try and get rid of the headache. Didn't work, and I put loads of purple shampoo in it, and it came out so nice and silvery. Then the next day I lay in the bath for a few hours. My hair's just gone back to like this creamy blonde, right? I lay in bed for a few hours trying to have a nap, okay? Luckily no one was in at this point, because when I'm having a nap and there are people in, like on the Monday, and I had a nap before I went to the cinema, oh my god, it's chatty chella. It's everyone wants to talk to each other and get to know each other and have fun and have a laugh and have a kiki chella when I want to have a nap, when I'm trying to get rid of this fucking headache, right? So it was a relief that everyone was out. Tuesday, wake up on the verge of pissing myself. Not even a joke. I'm literally thinking to myself, if I even like pulsate my box right now, I'm gonna piss my pants. And I wasn't even wearing pants, so it would have just been like open season. It would have just been like, wow, piss everywhere. So I get up, I have a piss. My dad texts me, how you feeling? I said, I feel like arse. Okay, I feel like arse. Then I take a migraine tablet, go back to sleep for a bit. The pain alleviates a bit. I'm thinking I'll film a podcast tonight so that it's up for today, because today is Wednesday when I'm filming this, so this will not be up till tomorrow. So it's going to be a day late, but it's better late than never, you know what I mean? And I'm thinking, okay, I'll do that. Then I'm thinking, I can't do this. I end up speaking to Tilly for a bit on the phone. She's on holiday in Albufeira in Portugal, so I'm talking to her on the phone. And then instead I'm like, I need to tidy my room, because my windowsill was so dirty. There was just mess all over the floor. All of my t-shirts are just stuffed into this drawer with no order. I was like, I'm just gonna clean my room, give it a bit of a deep clean. I did that. So productive. But let me tell you one thing, when I take a day off of work, when I'm working with my dad because I have a migraine, it feels like how it feels to have a day off of school. Because then when he's home and then I'm feeling a bit better because it's like 3 o'clock, I feel like I've lied and I've cheated. Honestly, it was sick day. And then I feel like I can't go on my phone. Like if I listen to music, I'm like, because whenever I used to be ill and stay off of school when I was ill, my mum would be like, no phones, no TV, nothing. And I was like, oh. And she was one of those people that was like, if you're not sick, you can go to school. But then obviously I started getting migraines. And she was like, oh. She would see me asleep on my floor because I needed to sleep where it was coldest. If that makes sense, because when I have a migraine, my head is always so hot. So I slept on like the bathroom floor, or like I have like hard floor. I don't have carpet in my room, but in my room, my old room upstairs, now my brother's room, it's like better. This floor is kind of bum ass. That floor is really nice and like smooth and cold. So I used to just sleep on the floor when I had a migraine. And honestly, I'm sick of getting migraines. I'm sick of them because it's just no need. And it's weird because normally I get a migraine before my period starts, but obviously this time I've got it halfway through. And so naturally I was like, oh my God, this is the end. But here I am, still standing, sitting in my beloved Grimace chair, which I keep finding hairs for this everywhere. And one day I'm scared there's just going to be like a singular... Was that a hair? Am I going to sneeze? Hello? But I'm going to be scared there will just be one singular hair left. And this chair means everything to me. Without the purple hair, it's just a chair. And who cares about just a chair? Not me, that's for sure. Not freaking me. Anyway, what else have I written down? I'm debating YouTube Premium for no ads because I'm sick of ads for ChatGPT. I'm trying to live my life in a healthy, state, and I can't do that when there's ads for ChatGPT on YouTube. Turn your future into reality. Turn your this into that. Shut the fuck up. How about that? How about that ChatGPT? Oh, I fucking hate it. I'd literally rather ask a god that I don't believe in for an answer than that. I would just never use AI. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. I'm more than okay with this. Also, this is unrelated, but at the moment I've been having these weird signs from maybe not God, maybe just co-star, but I keep having this feeling I've always said how I feel like I'm destined for greatness, which maybe people think is dumb, maybe people think it's cliche, whatever. But in my heart, I want to do good things, I want to do great things, and making my videos, making my vlogs, making my podcast, it's all just part of who I am and what I enjoy doing, right? And then recently my co-star has been really feeding into this, right? So let me read you my co-star from the past couple of days. Oh my God. Oh no. Fuck's sake, I can't find it from the other day now. Luck in sex and love. I don't think so. A man told me the other day he wants me to beg him to take me out. Is that what he said? He was like, I want you to beg me to take you out. And I was like, are you mental? I actually sent him directions to a local psychiatric ward. I was like, yeah, meet me there. Okay, why are you going in and out of focus? This camera, we have beef. Anyway, one of them, so on Monday it was go for it. And then the other day it was oh, fuck's sake, I can't remember what it said now. It was just basically something about how, good things are coming and, your future and, your dreams are coming true. And I was like, gagchella. I literally was like, oh my gosh, this is it. And then, my videos started doing well. Or, more, I was replying to all of my comments. And I just got this crazy surge of motivation, to post. Oh, sorry, fucking hell. God, I just absolutely bit at my lips. But I got really motivated to post my vlogs and my podcast, and now I'm going to bring back my book club, if you didn't know, on my main channel where I post on my vlogs and stuff. Sometimes, why are you going in and out of focus? It's just very annoying and irritating and just not noise, is it? It's just not noise. But I used to post book clubs where I would do a video with a book review. I do a book review in a video. Basically, I would review one book in a video. And I stopped doing them for whatever reason. And now I'm like, oh, I kind of want to run that back. So I think I'm going to do that. I was like, oh, should I bring them back? And James, my friend James, gay bitch, love him to death. He was like, yes. And he's the sort of person that if I want advice or if I want to know what I should do, I go to him. And when he said yes, I was like, okay, I'm going to bring it back. So I feel very motivated, and I feel like there'll be a lot of content coming. And I have a lot of things that are coming up that I'm really excited for, in terms of my birthday, going to Norway, going to Paris. I really feel like life is looking, I don't want to say life is looking up and then curse it, but I am having a good time at the moment. I feel very blessed to have great friends and just the best people who watch my videos. I do feel blessed city, it is blessed Cella at the moment. It truly is. And I just feel I don't know, it sounds so crazy to be I have this divine calling that things are working out and things are good, but that is genuinely how it feels. I'm not even lying. Wait, what else have I said? Oh, I met my reading goal. The divine idea that everything is working out. That's what I wrote down. But it genuinely does feel like that. It is this divine feeling of wow, I feel like things are going to be okay and things are going to work out for me. Maybe they won't. But I'd like to believe they do. And I'm really trying to just I'm putting so much time and effort into myself, it's hard to think that things won't work out, if that makes sense. Anyway, I met my reading goal this year. I've read 40 books, which is fantastic for me. It's so great. I've read 41 actually. I've just started a new book, but today I was really not in a reading mood. And sometimes I feel really bad when I don't feel like reading, but I'm also like, oh my God, it's literally fine. Like, I've read so much and I read a lot because I've read that many books. So like when I have one day where I don't feel like reading, I try not to put myself, I try not to put too much pressure on myself because it doesn't make sense. But the most recent book I just finished was I Want You to Be Happy by Jem Calder, which was okay. It was a pretty good book. I thought I'd love it, but I just liked it. It was fine. But I think the first book club I'm going to do, like starting it back up again, is about The Wedding People. I rated that 5 stars. So if you want to hear me talk more about books, then that is like the best place to go. I've already done book clubs on, what books have I done it on? I can tell you. I can tell you. I can tell you. I can tell you. I'm going to tell you. I've done it on Don't Play. I've done it on Happy Hour, Evenings and Weekends, Boy Parts, and Cleopatra and Frankenstein. So I have so many books that I can do book clubs on. So I'm going to get into that soon. You know, going to get that back up and started. I've actually I asked the library. I went up to the library. I said, please, no. I reserved Call Me By Your Name, the book from the library, because I've been meaning to read that for a long time, and my desire to rewatch Call Me By Your Name at the moment is very strong. It's very strong, but I know, like, when I got my phone last Saturday, I had the best Saturday. I had such a good day, and then at the end of the day I was like, should I watch Call Me By Your Name? And I thought, yes, just completely ruin your mood. For the sake of what? Because now it's not just watching it and like having the heart-wrenching story and it's just beautiful and the soundtrack and everything, but it's also mourning that era of Timothée Chalamet now. There's so many more layers to it, and I think it might just push me over the edge if I watch that. So I think for my own mental state, I will not watch Call Me By Your Name for now, but I just love anything gay. Like, if I want to get myself going, it just has to be something gay. I'm not even joking. Like, okay, this is a fun story actually. Should I end it on this story or should I end it on a different story that I have? Oh, I guess we'll see. But basically, growing up, I didn't know that women could masturbate, however you say it. I just thought that was something that boys do, right? So when I found out women could do it, I was just like obsessed Chella. I was like, wowza. And that was when I didn't have anything. Like, I'm not anything crazy. I just have a vibrator, right? But I never knew. And now looking back, it's so funny how I didn't know that, because in year 9, I went on a trip to Barcelona with my school, and one of my friends at the time, she told me to sit on... This is so funny. She told me to sit on top of one of the jets in the pool because it feels nice. And it's obviously the same as like putting your shower on the jet setting and just putting it on your box. But back then I had no idea what she was getting at. And now I'm like, that is what she meant. Like, that's what it means to like have a wank as a woman. But I had no idea. I didn't know that women could masturbate until lockdown, so 2020, and I was almost 19 at that point. So now it's like I'm making up for lost time. And honestly, when anyone asks what gets you going, gay, it has to be gay, lesbian, other gay, just gay, make it gay and I'm there. Anyway, yeah, sorry, maybe that was too much, but I did just think about that today. I was like, wow, she was really there, like, come on, like, you want to have an orgasm in the middle of this water park with all of our friends around us, come on, sit on this fucking jet. And she was doing it, and then everyone was following suit, and I was literally there like, I'm way too ugly for this. Like, there ain't no way. Anyway, maybe the last story I'll finish on, because I'm not going to save it for the next episode, because I think if I bring it up again in a week's time, I'll just be pissed off. But I spoke about this in my vlog. But the other day, me and Lara went to this convenience store, like corner shop, newsagent, whatever you call it. Bearing in mind, me and Lara, 2 of the most woke people on earth. And the store was like, why do I keep saying that? Shop was like 7-Eleven. It had everything. It had so much stuff. It had like a slushy machine, ice cream machine, like a row a wall of different types of drinks from like all over the country, like Celsius, it had like White Claws, it had everything, like loads of stuff, right? Lara gets some stuff, it has everything. We go up to the man to finish paying. We haven't even started. But we're paying the guy. We're complimenting him, and I say it looks like a 7-Eleven. And he was like, oh, yeah, like I saw some of them in Canada. Then he goes, my wife is too stubborn and she won't go to America until Trump's not in office. And I was like, yep, feel that. Like, we want to go to New York, but we're not going to go until Trump's gone. And he was like, oh, and you think that new mayor is so good? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, yeah, keep believing that leftist communist propaganda. And I was like, what? He was like, where did you read he was good? I was like, well, everywhere. And you kind of can't escape how happy people are in New York as well. He was like, yeah, keep believing that. Keep believing that. And I was like, what? Then he brings up how Stalin is bad, but no one thinks he's as bad as Hitler because he didn't actually kill anyone. And I was like, are we okay? Like, what is going on right now? I was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, where did you read that Stalin was bad? Or where did you read that he was good? Where did you see that? Yeah, keep believing that. Keep believing that. And then I was like, okay, what the fuck? Then he goes to us, he was like, what about this new prime minister that's coming in to take over from Keir Starmer? What have you heard about him? Like, what do you think about him? And I was like, oh, I don't know. Like, hopefully he's good. He was like, yeah, you keep believing that. You keep believing your leftist communist propaganda. And it was getting to the point where he was just mansplaining everything and saying everything in such a derogative tone that I was just like, I was in shock. I was silenced. I was like, what is your problem? Because you're talking to us as if like you're conservative or you're reform. And I was just like, I was just baffled by it, right? And this man has an accent, and I was thinking, you speak like this to us who believe in the left, but if you spoke to someone really right-wing with your accent, they would tell you to go back to where you're from. So I'm like, why are you picking us as the enemy? Like, what have we done? And then he was like, you know, you see all this free Palestine stuff everywhere. Like, yeah, that's good, and that's well and good, and let's free them and everything. Who terrorized who first? I was like, yeah, fucking wrap it up. I was like, shut the fuck up, mate. He was like, yeah, they can terrorize, but they're not allowed to defend themselves. I was like, you're talking about Israel defending themselves for 3 years straight. Well, actually, 73 years straight with just genocide. I was like, oh, you're dumb. You're dumb and you're stupid and you're a prick. And I hate you. And I was thinking, what a funny way to lose a customer, right? Because what the fuck are you talking about? Like, actually do me a favor and never, this would be ideal, never ever talk again. Never. Just don't say anything. That would be litmus, genuinely. But honestly, it's just like, I can't be arsed. Every single time a man talks to me at the moment, I'm just thinking, shut up. Shut up. It's like when I saw when fucking Tyson Fury went to America and he had a hat on that said, make Britain great again, or something like, make Donald Trump Prime Minister, or Donald Trump for Prime Minister. And a guy I slept with like years and years and years ago before my relationship, he'd liked it. He'd liked multiple of his posts just being like, hashtag reform, hashtag Britain for the British, hashtag make fucking Donald Trump Prime Minister, make Britain great again. He'd liked multiple of those posts and he followed him. And then I looked on his page and he'd unfollowed me for whatever reason. And I thought, okay, so you're an incel. Like, you support this behaviour. Cool. You are an incel. Like, I hope you cried when England lost the World Cup. I hope you cried. Because you're an idiot. You're a fucking dumb idiot. Anyway. Don't get me riled up. Don't get me started. Because when you start me up, I just cannot stop. Truly, I just cannot stop. But now I think I'm going to watch Pretty Little Liars. It's either Pretty Little Liars tonight or Criminal Minds. I can't decide. Tomorrow I'm going to go to the library after work and I am elated. I literally can't wait. That is my life now. And I don't care if that makes me sad. People act as if like enjoying the library makes you so sad. Actually, people that don't matter and that have no intellect will act as if it's so sad. People who have intellect and intelligence and depth, they will respect that. They think that's cool, and it is cool. And I'm getting hello. I didn't go to the library the other day because I was setting up my phone. I was too excited. So this week I'm going to go twice. I'm going to go tomorrow. Maybe I'll go Friday as well if I have the time. But I'm going to go tomorrow, and I'm definitely going to go Saturday. Like I said, maybe Friday if God wills it, or if I will it, because I'm the one in charge of myself. But I need to learn about Miles China, and I'm not even close to when he became leader yet. I'm still on the bloody early days. So I need to sort that out ASAP, because that was my like my educational topic for the month. The interest I did for the month was Miles China, but I also have a list of other things I want to learn. So they are currently let me look it up. I have one to write. Battle of Troy. So they're the Battle of Troy, the Wall Street Crash, the 1920s one, Nelson Mandela, the Civil War, all the UK prime ministers, all the countries in the world, and all the capital cities. So I've got plenty to keep me going. But yeah, that's about it, honestly. I am absolutely baking under these studio lights, so I'm going to have to go. I'm going to have to say ciao for now. But I just can't believe I got an episode filmed. I truly did do this for myself, because you know who's going to enjoy this episode? Me. I am. I no longer carry legal ID. No, I no longer carry photo ID. You want to know why? Why? People should know who I am. That's how I feel. Sometimes in the life I am too competitive. Let me just say this right now. I love Mbappe, and I will not be apologising for that. Bye!